Merry Little Batman is on Amazon. I don't know why, but it is. It's on Prime Video. And it is an animated Batman Christmas special. I'm as baffled as you are that this is on Amazon and not on Max. I don't understand it. It's still got like a DC logo on it. Although the funny thing about the DC logo is, I noticed. I don't think it was described. I think they just skipped over it. Amazon was like, "We're paying for the auto description." I didn't say shit about DC. They just kind of like moved through it, and yeah, it is. I don't know. It's a Christmas Batman movie, and it's the best thing I didn't know that I needed. I had no idea that I needed this film in my life, and I'm really excited for this film. It does have audio description done by Jedediah Barton, and I even it's so weird because he did such a great job here. And a while back when I was doing my 40 for 40s, I did one on Treasure Planet, and he was the narrator on that. I thought his narration there was kind of flat. It didn't quite get the imagination of being in a kids movie. And Jedediah is one of my favorite narrators. And so I was like, well, maybe he's just not great with kids movies. This is definitely aimed at kids, while also definitely giving the fanboy moment for any adult who loves Batman. I mean, everyone enjoys this. This is enjoyable for everybody. It is delightful. It's one of the best things I've seen this year. I enjoyed the shit out of this. I can't even... Christmas specials, I just like something I usually just pass over. I'm like, oh god, Trolls Christmas special, just whatever. But this was longer than I thought it was gonna be, and delightful. It has a concise plot, has a beginning, middle, and end, and it's fun. It's everything. I don't know why Max would throw this to Amazon. I just don't understand it. It's baffling to me, but it's on Prime Video. It's considered a Prime original, so you guys have to have Prime to watch a Batman thing. So weird. Anyway, so the story takes place around Christmas time in the world where Batman Bruce has grown up and he has Damian now, his son, Damian Wayne. And Damien is 8 and 4 days, I think. I didn't realize he was born that close to Christmas, but he's really specific about his date, which means you can actually track when, since most of this takes place on like Christmas Eve, you can actually track when he was born. I wonder if that's like canon, because they're really specific about his age. And it's like, okay, is that for comic book nerds or something? Is that in there for a specific reason? Because that seems very specific. 8, he's like, and 4 days. Anyway, so yeah, he's 8, and he really wants to be a superhero like his dad. He knows his dad is Batman, and he wears this like fake cowl that he's like pieced together. You know how like when you're kids you used to just sort of make things out of like paper bags and cardboard or whatever you could make things out of. He has one of those. He has like a fake cowl and fake costume. Like it's like his dad has not acknowledged him by giving him his own costume, and his dad is overprotective of him and wants to make sure everything is okay for him. And in this storyline, Bruce supposedly worked overtime to make sure all of the criminals of Gotham were put away and that there was no crime anymore, so that he could just focus on raising Damian. So Gotham is crime free. There's a joke about it being rated the safest city in the world. And Batman's just he's grown a beard. He's just like a bat dad now. He's just hanging out with this kid, just doing dad and son things. And obviously Damian, for those who don't know, is the son of Talia al Ghul. And there's a reference to, they do reference her, but they don't say her like by name. They don't invoke the name, but they do reference. He talks about his mom being a supervillain, so he's aware. And it's Christmas time, and crime hasn't been around, but oh no, Batman gets summoned away, uh, and little Damien is left at home, and Damien has just been given like an early Christmas present, and it was a utility belt, Batman's utility belt. Of course, it's been modified to include a whole bunch of things for little kids, like a batarang that doesn't actually do anything. It just kind of like you would pick up for your own kids at like Toys R Us. You just like throw out this little plastic batarang. It doesn't come back. Like he just throws out this. He's got like Band-Aids, like a first aid kit. So it's like a little alarm on it that keeps going off, where it's like, danger, danger, precious little son is in danger. So it goes. He's really like this overbearing, protective parent. But Damien so badly wants to be Batman, and that it's adorable. I love him so much in this, and he finally gets his chance when Dad is called away off to Nova Scotia, so specific, to fight something. I can't remember what it was, but none of the rest of the Justice League supposedly can go. So Bruce has to go, leaving Damien at home with Alfred. And Alfred has promised, in order to comfy make the young Damien feel better at Christmas time, he's going to make the best hot cocoa he's ever made in his life. But there are no marshmallows because Damien ate them all to try to get Alfred to leave the house, which causes Alfred to leave, which means Damien's home alone, so he's going to use his time to train. But oh no, we get involved in a Home Alone style burglary with Damian Wayne, who absolutely has been watching and paying attention to his dad and knows far more. He's obviously far more adept at being a superhero than his dad gives him credit for. He's a little badass, and it's amazing, and it's got that Home Alone vibe. But then the film takes it a step further, and he actually breaks out into the city, and he gets to start fighting some of Batman's old villains. And there's this whole thing about, is he ready to be a superhero, mixed with sort of like collateral damage? Like he's not really paying attention to the world around him when he's in these fights. He's very narrow-minded. So a lot of famous Batman villains pop up throughout this, and it's delightful, and it has a delightful finish, and I loved it. I loved it so much. There are so many little things. I hate to feel spoilery, but so the voice of Bruce Wayne is Luke Wilson, which is such an odd choice. But I didn't hate it. But it's a weird choice. I would have loved for them to go with Keanu from DC League of Super Pets. Although I get what they're trying to do here, and for what they're trying to do, Luke Wilson is the right choice. He really does feel like the dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, he feels like Bat Dad. He doesn't really feel like Batman. Like, if this was an animated Batman film with Luke Wilson, I would be a little concerned. But he does feel like the sort of like laid back, the kind of Batman that would grow a beard and would just sit around and try to take care of his kid. So that's the right choice for this project. Eventually, Damien does find a suit. He finds that there's this voice that is Bat Dad, that he calls Bat Dad, that it's an AI voice that is Luke Wilson's voice. That, there's a story behind it, but I did want to acknowledge the fact that happens, because I've been saying Bat Dad, but there is an actual Bat Dad character in the film. So anyway, that exists. That's what Damien calls his AI that helps him. So it's fun. It's delightful. It's not how some of the Batman films have been, where they're obviously made for adults and you can't watch them with your kids. Your kids are gonna love the hell out of this. Oh my god! If your kids love, like, if your kids even have a passing interest in Batman, I can't imagine they don't love this. The only odd choices that I thought were that they were obviously following the Batman and Robin film choices, which I thought were odd, considering we haven't really gone there in a while. But, like, Mr. Freeze speaks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, speaks like somebody doing a really bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation, and Bane is unintelligible. Not like Tom Hardy unintelligible, but like mindless idiot like he was in Batman and Robin. Like, we're making those choices. So, I don't know. But I don't know how I feel about that. It's weird because it didn't need to follow that succession. So many great little jokes in here. Joker gets to sing the Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, Robin Laid an Egg. I feel like I sang that when I was in elementary school. I love that that's still a thing, and I love that they put that in there. And it's just, this puts such a smile on my face. I didn't think I was going to enjoy a Christmas special this much this year. This might be one of my 10 favorite things this year. I don't know that I'll actually put it in my top 10. I wonder if I'd have the balls to do it. I'm so wondering, because I am in love with this. This was the, like, happiest, I don't know, not quite 90 minutes of my life that I think I've had in a while. So please check this out if you're at all a Batman fan. It's delightful. You'll enjoy it with your whole family. But it's also not, it doesn't feel like you're watching like a Nick Jr. version of something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Damien gets up in there. He absolutely can kick butt and absolutely fights, and there's like some emotional moments and dealing with, and as he learns lessons and as he learns more about his dad and about his past and all this stuff. And God, it's a really good movie. Anyway, why did Max jettison this to Amazon? I have no idea. Anyway, yeah, lots of thoughts. Audio description from Jedediah was, was really solid. I mean, there's a lot of audio description that happens in combat, and really lots of specific things that happen in terms of there, you know, a lot of the Home Alone stuff that happens inside the house. He makes sure to note as many things that Damien is damaging as possible, because you're also supposed to get a takeaway that Damien is not paying attention when he's fighting, and is sort of destructive. It's actually a kind of a big plot point, is that while he is laser focused on kicking the bad guy's butt, he also isn't paying attention to all the things he destroys along the way to do that. So there's a great amount of detail that is paid to that as well. And, you know, just a lot of the character designs and choices, we do get a lot of that. There's different Batman costumes that are used in this. And of course, all of the DC villains all have their specific look. I love where they've taken Penguin. I laughed. I was like, okay, this is where we're at with Penguin. All right, copy. I'm not gonna spoil it. He has an accessory now. I'll go with that. He has an accessory. Yeah, it's just a really fun film. So kudos to everyone who made this, and they made it like pretty like low key. There really aren't, other than Luke Wilson, the voice talent here is not, they didn't rope back in Mark Hamill to play the Joker. You know, it's kind of a low key movie. I didn't really recognize the rest of the voice talent that are playing all of these Batman villains. So it's kind of like Luke Wilson and voice talent, and I didn't care. It didn't bother me. I just thought some of the choices were weird. I was like, why are we doing the Batman and Robin version of these characters? Anyway, it's so specific to try to hire an actor and be like, can you sound like Arnold? Can you? It's like, that movie was so long ago. Like, what? Why would you choose that? Anyway, thanks for watching, but I'm giving this an A. I loved it, and I am standing fast in that. I know I'm a film critic, and I just gave an animated Batman Christmas special an A, but I don't care. It's a higher grade than I gave Spider-Verse. I will acknowledge that. This made me happy. This is delightful, and it feels like it could have been in theaters. Like, this whole thing just feels great. I loved it. Check it out. Please give it the benefit of the doubt, and don't just assume it's just like another run-of-the-mill Christmas special. I think you'll enjoy it a lot more than you think you will. And that's it. That's what I got for you today. So, please click subscribe. I'm still trying to break 200 this year, probably because people hear me giving A's to films like Merry Little Batman, and they're like, nah. But I do have a website, macmovieguy.com. You can follow me on X, Twitter, or Instagram at macmovieguy. You can go to the audio description project, adp.acb.org. It'll let you know what has audio description and where you can watch it. And you can go to the ADNA.org. That's the ADNA.org. It'll let you know who's narrating your favorite films and television series, like Jedediah Barton, who you can check out what else he has done. That's it for me today. Happy holidays from me, if you're watching this and you're thinking, Christmas specials. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, see you guys on the other side.